Hey, how you doing? This is Randy from America's Parks, and I've been traveling to America's Parks now since 1995. I've probably gone on 30 different trips, and quite often I'm asked by people who watch my channel, what items do I bring with me when I go on a national park trip, and how do I pack those in my suitcases? I want to show you that today. Again, I also want to state up front that maybe you're going to do things differently. That's okay. This is just to give you an idea of what works for me. I also want to state up front that this is not a gear review. I might make some comments along the way, but I want to keep it short and sweet. I just want to show you really quickly the items that I bring that have worked for me on my national park trips. So if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to our channel. We'll list all these gear items in the description below, and let's get started. So let's start off first with the camping gear. As far as the sleeping bag goes, new purchase this year for America's Parks, the Nemo Disco 15 Long. Absolutely love this bag. Sleeping pad. You can go with a conventional sleeping pad. Occasionally I'll use something like this, but most of the time I like to sleep in comfort. So I will go to Walmart when I arrive and purchase a $10 air mattress, a twin air mattress. It gets you a few inches off the ground, probably the most comfortable way to sleep. Not good for backpacking, but for car camping, it works really well. If I can't pack it home, I give it to someone at the campground. Tent, Eureka Tetragon. This is a 4-person tent. I like this tent. It's my second Eureka tent. 4-person basically means a 2-person tent if you're big people. Even when I go on solo trips, I still bring this 4-person tent. I like the extra space. Pillows. We have an inflatable pillow right here. This is not my only pillow. This is just to get me started. The pillow I like to bring is the nice, soft, comfortable one for my own bed. I try to fit this in my sleeping bag as well. It compresses nice and easy. If not, again, Walmart, $3. I pick up a pillow. Blanket. I like to bring an extra wool blanket just to stay warm. This is good to put underneath your sleeping bag between you and your air mattress. Also, on a cold morning when you're eating your oatmeal, your cold cereal, it's kind of great to have this thing draped around you. As far as small items go, toilet paper in a bag. You never know when you're going to find yourself off the grid boondocking. Jet boil stove, camping essential. Wonderful to have one of these things. Bug spray, multi-purpose tool, duct tape, string, and a black diamond head flashlight. If I could add anything else, I'd add a small lantern. That's my camping gear. All right, let's start with the hiking gear. As far as a backpack goes, I have a Gregory Zulu 30 liters. This is absolutely the perfect size for me. Love this backpack. I used to have a Camelback. Actually prefer this one a little bit more. Also on the backpack, a whole bunch of different carabiners to attach my supplies. And then the strap, I love this puppy as well. Peak Design camera clip. Going in the pouches, a couple reusable water bottles. And then inside the backpack, if you can see these, I bring some extra sunscreen, headphones, listen to music, tissues, emergency camera wipe if my lens gets dirty, some Carmex for my lips, especially when you're hiking out in the desert, sweat rag, 5-hour energy if I need to use it, a decent sized knife, moleskins. These have saved me many times when you start developing blisters. And then some good hiking poles, again sponsored by Black Diamond, and I really enjoy their Black Diamond hiking poles. My second set right now I've been working on. Let's move on to toiletry supplies or bathroom gear, or whatever you want to call it. The basic ones that you can imagine, they fit in this bag right here. In addition, in this bag, I put all of my first aid supplies in here as well. Usually bring a towel from home, and then a couple items I just want to highlight that are important to me. Decent amount of sunscreen, hand sanitizer. These have also saved me many times when you have inconsiderate rowdy campers next door. Earplugs, some hand wipes, body wipes, salt stick tablets. I like these when I'm hiking out in the desert. And then this is a must for me, the biodegradable, environmentally friendly soap. Let's move on to the clothes. Basically what I try to do, since I primarily fly, all of the clothes that I'm going to wear will fit in this suitcase, and this is my carry-on bag that goes up in the overhead compartment. I'm not going to go through all the items that I bring. If it's cold, obviously cooler weather clothes, and just the opposite if it's warmer outside. But just a couple things I just want to highlight for you. We'll start with the shoes first. I need a new pair, but sandals, I like something comfortable, definitely at night when I'm around the campsite. And then I usually bring one of the other, either my hiking boots or my Brooks Calderas. These are trail runners. I actually prefer these unless I'm in the snow. I'll bring the hiking boots. As far as a couple items in the suitcase that I think are worthy of your attention, I always like to bring a swimsuit with me. If you watch my videos, whenever there's water, I like to jump in for a dip, so I bring a swimsuit. And I also like to bring some kind of base layer clothing, so in addition to the sweatpants and all those other things that you might use, long pants to stay warm, base layer clothing has, again, saved me many times when you face yourself with some cold temperatures. Rain gear, either a rain poncho or my rain jacket. And then as far as headwear goes, ball cap, bandanas, and a winter cap. This is nice when it's cold outside. It's also great when it's cold and you sleep with it on. It'll keep you definitely much warmer at night to have your head covered. A couple electrical items I like to bring with me. Number one is a power inverter. Many cars do not have a plug outlet. This converts any 12-volt power outlet in a car to a plug outlet. This comes in very handy at times, especially for recharging your batteries. Bluetooth speaker, a little music at the campsite. An air pump. Had this thing for about 10 years, really cheap, but it's still working. It gets the job done to blow up your air mattresses. And then lastly, my iPhone. It's electrical, but it's also one of my cameras, which will tie into our next section. So let's go through the camera gear right now. As far as selfie sticks go, I bring your traditional, conventional selfie stick. And then I have also a 3-foot selfie stick and a 10-foot selfie stick that I use with my new 360 camera. This is a 360 camera, an Insta360 1X2. This right here is an external microphone for my iPhone. Joby with a camera clamp for my iPhone. This is oftentimes used when I don't want to carry my big tripod for the walk-by shots. As it pertains to the big tripod that I use for those walk-by shots, that's being used to produce this video. And on the video is my primary camera, my Panasonic Lumix G9. So I love that camera. I've had it now for a couple years. GoPro Hero 7 Black. I use this for car shots and underwater photography. If you have a GoPro, of course, you need all the different accessories. This is the suction mount. This works well to attach to an automobile. For underwater shots, the floaty. This goes on your wrist. This one goes on your head. And all kinds of little toys, other accessories, parts for the GoPro. And then last is my drone. This is a Mini Mavic 2. Let me run down a couple final items that I'll bring as needed. One is a Koopa hand warmer. Again, another one of my sponsors. I like this. If it's snowy or icy outside, I will bring my Yak Tracks. These attached to the bottom of my boots. Hammock. A waterproof bag. Just plan on boondocking for a while. Outdoor shower. And then if I'm backpacking, my big backpack over here. As far as other necessary items that go on every trip, I like to have paper copies of maps. Either I photocopy an atlas or from AAA I get a set of maps. Even though I use GPS, it's nice to have a paper copy to see the big picture. I also bring my itinerary with me. Sometimes I email that to myself, or I might bring a hard copy. My black sunglasses, and then of course my wallet. And in my wallet, I need to have my driver's license, my credit cards, cash, and then obviously my annual National Park pass. Well, there you go. And when it's all said and done, it fits in these 3 bags when I'm going on a solo trip. The big bag that I check in, the smaller suitcase that goes up in the overhead compartment, and then my backpack, which is usually filled with most of my camera gear, that goes underneath my seat. I can do a solo trip with all 3 of these bags right here. If I bring a second person or third person, then I have another big bag, which is my duffel bag, which will also get checked in as well to carry their camping gear. Well, there you go. Hope that was helpful for you. Again, your list might be different, but this will just give you some things to think about if you wish to go on a national park camping trip. If there's anything that you have that I possibly have omitted, please add those in the comments below. And also down below in the description, I will list all of these items again for your reference. Thanks, as we always say, for traveling with us. If you haven't done so yet, we really would appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. And remember, there's always room for you on every national park adventure. Appreciate you watching this. We'll begin with the bag part. Lip balm. Is balm even the right word?
I would just say,
Down. I also put some basic first ear in the car in the 12 volt. Had this thing for about 10 years. If I bring a second person or more, there's another. I will list all these items and also